Ever since America's been founded, it's been different than other countries. But what has made it different? Is it the opportunity that people find here, or the freedoms that they're granted? Today we're going to be interviewing different immigrants. We're going to find out their story. We're going to find out why they came to America, and what has made this such a life-changing experience. Who are these immigrants? What are they going to tell us? Why don't we find out?
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Catherine, and we decided to interview our German teacher, Mr. Richardson, for our interview, and we have decided to conduct this interview in German with him.
Guten Tag.
From where did you come from?
Woher bist du gekommen?
Ich bin aus Hamburg gekommen. Hamburg ist in Norddeutschland.
He came from Hamburg, which is in northern Germany. When did you come to America?
Wann bist du nach Amerika eingewandert?
Ich bin vor 8 Jahren eingewandert, im Jahre 2003.
He came to America in 2003. With whom did you come to America with?
Mit wem bist du eingewandert?
Das ist eine gute Frage. Ich bin eingewandert mit meiner Familie. Meine Familie war meine Frau, Frau Richardson, meine Tochter Serena und meine beiden Katzen, George und Jamie.
He came to America with his wife, Mrs. Richardson, his daughter Serena, and his 2 cats, George and Jamie. Why did you leave Germany?
Warum hast du Deutschland verlassen?
Das ist eine gute Frage. Meine Frau und ich haben uns in Deutschland kennengelernt. Meine Frau kommt aus Amerika, aus Wisconsin, aus Sheboygan, und sie hat in Deutschland studiert an der Universität. Und wir haben uns kennengelernt, wir haben uns ineinander verliebt. Wir haben geheiratet und dann hat meine Frau viele, viele Jahre in Deutschland gelebt, ungefähr 7 Jahre. Und dann habe ich einen Job gesucht und meine Frau wollte nach Amerika kommen, so wir haben gedacht, hey, wir können es kombinieren. Sie geht nach Hause und ich komme mit und ich finde hier einen Job. Und ich habe einen super Job gefunden.
Oh, his wife was studying in Germany at a university, and she met Mr. Richardson there. And after living there for a while, and after they got married, they decided that they wanted to come to America and live here then. What was your immigration experience?
Was war deine Einwandererfahrung?
Eine sehr gute Erfahrung. In Amerika war es sehr unkompliziert und es ging sehr schnell. Ich musste aber 2 Jahre, bevor ich eingewandert bin, musste ich anfangen mit den Dokumenten, und das musste ich in Deutschland machen. Und ich musste 2 oder 3 Mal nach Frankfurt gehen zum Konsulat. Das war viel Arbeit. Aber in Amerika, es ging schnell, es ging unkompliziert und ich war innerhalb von ein paar Wochen war ich hier und es gab wenig Bürokratie in Amerika, aber viel in den amerikanischen Konsulaten in Deutschland.
Well, 2 years before he came to America, he had to fill out a lot of documents and papers before he could actually immigrate here. But his actual immigration experience in America was very uncomplicated and it went really fast. What was your first experience in America after you immigrated?
Was war deine erste Erfahrung in Amerika nach Einwanderung?
Eine sehr gute. Alle Menschen, die ich getroffen habe, waren sehr offen. Sie waren sehr freundlich, waren sehr respektvoll. Ich habe nie das Gefühl gehabt, dass ich nicht willkommen war. Ich habe mich sehr willkommen gefühlt bei den Nachbarn, bei meinen Kollegen in der Schule, eigentlich bei allen Menschen. So, es war eine sehr warme und gute Erfahrung.
The people here were really welcoming to him, and he never felt uncomfortable or unwelcome by the people, and everyone was just really nice and open to him. What do you think of America?
Was denkst du über Amerika?
Ich muss natürlich immer in meinem Kopf Amerika mit Deutschland vergleichen. Ich mache das immer. Und es ist manchmal sehr schwierig für mich, weil Deutschland ein sehr kleines Land ist. Es hat viele Menschen, aber es ist ein sehr kleines Land. Und Amerika ist so ein großes Land. Und ich glaube, ich musste lernen, dass in Deutschland vieles ist sehr ähnlich. Ob du in Nord- oder Ost- oder Süd- oder Westdeutschland wohnst, ich will nicht sagen, alles ist gleich, aber die Lebensqualität ist ähnlich, die Universitäten sind ähnlich. Und in Amerika ist das Spektrum viel, denke ich, viel größer. Egal, ob das nun zum Beispiel ist, wie viel Geld Menschen haben. Manche haben sehr viel Geld, manche haben sehr wenig Geld. Manche gehen zu super Universitäten, andere gehen zu schlechten, zu keinen Universitäten. So, es ist das Spektrum ist viel weiter und das macht es sehr interessant. Das macht es sehr interessant und man muss aber auch aufpassen, dass man die richtige Entscheidung fällt, denn wenn man eine schlechte Entscheidung fällt, kann man schnell auch Probleme haben. Aber man muss als Individuum viel involvierter sein, denke ich. Es gibt viele Möglichkeiten. Man muss sie suchen und man muss sie finden und dann ist es wunderbar hier.
Well, basically, what he noticed was that Germany is a very small country compared to America, and there are some differences in Germany between the north and the south and the east and the west, but it's basically all the same. But in America, it's such a big country and there's a large spectrum of many different things. You could go to a great university or you might not even go to a good university at all. So basically you just notice the diversity in America. Danke.
Danke, Herr Richardson.
Bitte schön. Viel Glück noch bei eurem Projekt. Tschüss.
This is my grandfather, Dr. Rogelio Humberto Ruvalcaba Andrade.
So Dr. Ruvalcaba, where did you move from?
I came to the United States of America in 1957.
From Mexico?
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara. And how old were you when you moved?
23 years old.
With whom did you move to America with? Or with whom did you
I came
move
alone.
Oh, really?
At that time there were no flights, so I had to take a bus all the way, and I landed in New Orleans. I came for training, postgraduate training.
So, what were your initial experiences in the United States?
Well, when I arrived to the border, I wasn't expecting, but I went through a physical examination. They took an X-ray of my chest because tuberculosis was prevalent in Mexico. They wanted to be sure I didn't carry tuberculosis. And they did a cursory physical exam, review my papers. And when I came in, I was able to read real well English, but I spoke very poorly and difficult to understand what I spoke. So an interesting experience is when I was driving, I was hungry. There was a stop in a cafe, and I didn't really know how to ask for food. So I saw in the menu coffee and pie, so I thought that's easy. So I said coffee and pie please, and that was my lunch.
So, you said that you were able to read English when you had already arrived in the United States.
That's correct.
How did you learn to read English?
Went to classes and myself. I took quite a few years in classes. I was able to speak it, but very broken.
Did you ever take a U.S. citizenship test?
At that time, no.
No.
No. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised they didn't give me any tests. It was a small booklet with very few questions, very few. Nowadays, it's very elaborate.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
So, why did you decide to come to America? Like, why America specifically?
Well, training. That was the only place I could get some expertise. Also, my intention actually was to go back to Mexico, but my training progressed so much and so specialized I was not able to practice in Mexico with all my knowledge. So I decided to stay. I found a beautiful lady and got married.
What was your first job in the United States?
I was an intern, a rotating intern at Louisiana State University. From then I went to Omaha, Nebraska for second year residence in pediatrics. I took a third year in the Creighton Memorial Hospital in Nebraska. And from then I went to University of Washington for my specialized training.
And do you view yourself as an American or a Mexican American?
Will you repeat the question, please?
Do you feel like you're American now or more Mexican than you are American?
I always have felt like a Mexican American.
Mexican American? Alright. And why do you feel that way?
Because in a way I have certain amount of pride in my origin. And given the diversity of cultures in the United States, it's nice to let know people my origin. When they ask me, where are you from? Because many people believe I don't look like a typical Mexican.
Yeah.
They feel I am German or I am Russian.
Yeah.
And I was, with pride, I said, no, I'm a Mexican American. And when I write papers and might say my race, I write Mexican American.
What do you think of the U.S. now?
Well, it's really a great country. I'm very proud of being a citizen here. And I think what has made America has been the immigration. We have a whole potpourri of cultures, and bright people come here, apply for citizen. It's what in other countries call the brain drain, because quite a few very well-prepared people come to be an immigrant. The concept of illegal immigrants came about due to the lack of resources in other countries. People are desperate, so they want to get a job where they pay them well. In the past, Mexico and USA used to have a program called Los Braceros, in which they were contracted Mexicans. They come, perform a work, and they go back. I think that's the way it should be, because there are many jobs here that Americans don't want to take.
How hard has it been since you arrived to adjust to American society?
Actually, it was relatively easy. I came to New Orleans in the 50s when the discrimination was rampant over there. It's something that it was quite a shock to me, because I never had known what a discrimination is all about. They never discriminated against me. It was discrimination against the blacks. And I witnessed some really very, very bad things. I'd be happy to tell you a few examples.
Sure, definitely.
Once I was in the buses, behind the seats, they have two little holes, and you can put a sign there. And in the bus, if a black person was sitting in the middle, and the bus was full, and a white person will get in, the white person will get the sign, move it to the back, and the black person will have to get up. And for the white person to sit down. One day I was driving, I was in the front seat, and there was a black woman who was obviously pregnant, just ready to deliver. And she was carrying two very heavy sacks of groceries. So my first instinct was to get out of the bus to help her. And when I got up and tried to help her, the white people in the bus started booing at me. So I just went back up. So
what was your life like growing up in a Mexican family?
It was very interesting, completely different than what you can imagine. My father was very strict. He wouldn't allow boys in the kitchen whatsoever. There was a good things. My sisters will take care of the boys. They will make our bed, pick up our clothes from the room and the floor, and they will take care of cleaning everything. So that was women's job in the home. My father was the administrator of a hacienda. A hacienda is a big